So now let's start the lab. We will create a topology like this one, site to site VPN. First we will do site to site VPN, and this is route based VPN. We discussed there are two type of VPN, route based VPN site to site, and the other one is policy based VPN. First we will do route based VPN, then we will do site to site VPN route based but manual method. First we will do through template, then we will do manually, then we will do policy based, and then we will do remote access VPN, two different way. So let's go. This is the topology we will use. In the middle I will take one router to represent an internet router. This side we will assign 111 IP to Fortigate Firewall port 1, and this is another Fortigate Firewall, we will assign them 222. Port number 3 on both sides we will make them as a management interfaces, and port number 2 is my LAN, this side which is 192.168.1 range, and this side another branch is a range 192.168.2 range. So our main point is that these two PC can reach encryptedly to this branch, and nobody can see the traffic what is going on between these two. Even we will enable telnet here, this router. So when you send the telnet traffic, even we know telnet traffic is visible, yeah, it will be not visible because these interface will make them encrypted. Encryption will start from here and it will end because we will use tunnel mode, which I told you. And internet, nobody will see this actual IP. They will see that 22 is going to 11, but actually inside this packet, like a public car which I told you, these packet will go. So this is the story of VPN. So outside we will use 11, on side 1 schema. Local we will use 1 network, remote is 2 network. Inside our layer 3 interface is 1.100, management interface we have 114, and server IP is 110. Other side they will use 222, local is there 2, and remote is 1 definitely, and inside they have 2.100 server, and management is changed, now we have 144, and server they have 222. So this is the story to create this type of topology. Now let's go. So first of all I need one router to represent our internet, and let me give them name internet. Now I need two firewall, so let me drag two firewall from here. This is site A and this is site B. Okay, now I need two switches, so let me take two switches. By the way, let me connect this to, so port 1 is connected to 0 and port 1 is connected to port 1. Let me on these, please, it will start. And now I need switch, so let me take this dummy switch. Okay, so let me take this switch, let me change this one to change symbol. So this is switch this side, and let me duplicate it, this the switch for this side. So switch anything, it's okay. Switch 1, let me make this switch 2 because this is site 2 and this is site 1. Okay, so now I have two switches. Now I need two net cloud for management, to that I can access them. So I take management cloud 1 and management cloud 2. Okay, let me put them here, by the way, it's okay, this is the management cloud. Okay, and let me connect them to port 3, which we decide port 3 for management, and this one is for management 3. Port 2 is connected to local LAN and port 2 is connected to local LAN. Okay, and I need 2 PC for test purpose. So this side I will take one server. This is web server. Okay, this is one web server and one client web term. Okay, so we can see the traffic which is not encrypted, that it will be encrypted or not. And this side I will use one PC and also a router to make them as a telnet server, so that I can show you that telnet traffic will be also encrypted. So this is my whole topology. Let me to the middle. So this my client. By the way, let me exchange this one to here. This is PC2 and PC1 as this side and R1 is this side. So this is telnet SRV. So this is my telnet server and this is PC1 and this is web server SRV. So one side is web server, other side. So this is HTTP which is not encrypted, and this was we will create a telnet. So in this way we will test both. Now coming to here, what I need to do, let me change this symbol to a client. So client, let me choose this one and let me say MGMT1 and let me change this one to blue client. Okay, and this is MGMT2. Okay, and let me put them here like this way. This is our management. Okay, and now let me put here this way. Okay, let me connect this interfaces to telnet server and PC, and here PC2 and here web server. Now the IP schema, we need the IP schema to assign. So for IP schema we decide 192.168.1.2 range should be this side. This what we decide for this side, and for this side we decide 2. Okay, now for PC let assign this is 1 and this is 11 suppose. And here web server is whatever 11. Okay, let's do it the same, and this is 1, but this is 2.1 and 2.11, and here is we have 1.1 and 1.11. This is our IP schema, and here we will use 1.1.1.1 range. Okay, and this side we will use 2.2.2 range. Is our schema done. So this IP should be, let me duplicate this one, this will be .2 and this side should be 1.1.1. and interfaces you already know, I don't want to write them. If you say so, let me write down port 1, this is port 1 and this is also port 1, this is port 2, and port 3 is connected to management. This is port 2 and this is port 3, no need to mention that. And port 3 our management is 192.168.114.024, which is by default net cloud range. Okay, done. This is the basic schema. First let me configure this router. So right click on router, start, and go to console, make them as a telnet server. So configure interface E0/0 IP address 192.168.1.1 I think, yeah, 255.255.255.0, no shutdown, exit, do right, and we will configure IP route that whatever you have 0.0.0 give it to 192.168.1.100. This is firewall IP which we will assign. Line VTY 0 to 4 transport input all, and password is 123 and login. I enable telnet on this one and do right. That's it. So my HTTP telnet server is ready. Now configure this one. So right click on this one, edit configuration, remove auto, remove this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we decide 1, and this should be 11, this should be 100, and this should be 1. No need to DNS because we not require DNS. So Control C and 1.11 is done. Now go to PC2, edit configuration, Control A, Control V, just change this one to 2, and this one is to 1, and this one is to 2. Control A, Control C, save, and right click on web server, Control A, Control V, 2.11, only change this one. So let me check, double check, edit configuration 2.1, okay, and this should be, go to edit configuration 2.11, yes, and this one is 1.1.11, yes, is correct, just to double check. Now we can enable these if you want, no need, but we will need them later on. Okay, so IP is done. Now coming to firewall, but before going to firewall, let's configure internet router. Go to internet router, we just need 2 IPs, that's it, because we don't have any control on internet router. So on internet router, what I will do, go to configuration, interface, this interface is 0/0, okay, and this one is 0/1. So interface E0/0, here I will assign 1.1.2 255.0.0, no shutdown, that's it. And interface E0/1, here I will assign 2, and this should be 1, 2 to 1, no shutdown. So show IP interface brief, only 2 IP, NW right. That's it. I no need anything up here because we don't have any control on internet router. So this is, by the way, 2. If I have 2 somewhere, let me copy. So I assign 2 IP here, and this side I assign 1 IP, 221. 221. Let me, this the, okay. Now coming to firewall, now the last thing. So right click, go to console and log into this device, because DHCP is enabled on port 1, so we will not get any IP. So first login admin, no password, enter 123 123, go to config port 3, config interface, config system interface, and edit which port, 1 2 3, and enable, set allow access HTTPS and ping telnet, okay, and SSH, whatever you want to allow, enter, and set mode DHCP, so it will get DHCP and end. show system interface. So port number 3 we will get IP after a while. Okay, port number 3 is DHCP. Yeah, so it's we get 141. So one router is ready, sorry, firewall. We will get access to this one, and now let's go to the other one. So right click on this one, go to console, admin 123 config system interface, edit port 123 and set allow access HTTP, HTTPS, ping, SSH, whatever we want to allow, and set mode DHCP and end. So now if I check show system interface, so port number 3 will get IP through DHCP after a while because we are connected to net cloud. So it's get 142. So it's good one. One side we get 141, other is 142. So this is one. So let me log in the first one, admin and 123. Let me change the name. So this is site 1. So host name site 1, so that we will understand this which site this. So this is site 1. And let me log into admin and 123, and let me give them the name this firewall site 2. Site 2. So good. Now let me change the color of one firewall so you will not be confused. Go to system, go to setting, and there is to change the theme. Where is we can change them? Yeah, this is. So let me make them this one. So site 1 is this color and this one is green color. So this is site 1. Now what I need? First I need interfaces, which we normally do. Go to interfaces, go to interfaces, port 1. Where is port 1 connected? This one. This is WAN. So give them the name WAN. And what is the IP we decide? Remember 1111. So let me assign 1.1.1/8. That's what we decide. No need of SSH, no need of HTTP, just need ping. This is not that one. That's it. Done. So our WAN interface is done. Now we have another interface 2. So 2 interface is our LAN interface, and the IP we decide 192.168.1.100. That's what we decide. Yeah, you remember this one, 100, and we just need a ping to test them. 2. Third interface is port 3, which is management. Just for the sake of understanding, we will type mgmt and we will make them as manual. The same IP, but we will make them manual. And OK. Because they say you are connected, you will be disconnected. I say it's OK. So LAN, management and WAN, 3 interfaces we are using. No need of DNS because in this case we don't have anything. Otherwise you can configure DNS. No need of static route, no nothing. We need nothing. That's it. Now go to the other one. Do the same thing. Go to interface, and here first interface is the WAN interface. This is other side firewall. Manual IP, but we decide IP should be 2.2.2. Okay, this one. So the other side public IP is 2.2. No need of anything, only ping is allowed, and OK. So one interface is done, which is port 1. Port 2 is the LAN interface of site 2, and IP address 192.168.2.100, and put LAN here so that we know, and allowed ping on this interface. Done. Third interface is the management interface. So here mgmt, and make them manual. 142, that was 141, and OK, and OK. Done. So these are the basic setup. Interface is name just for understanding purpose, and we assign them IP interfaces. LAN, WAN and management, they have interfaces IP. Now go to any firewall, start from site A. Let's configure site-to-site VPN. But before site-to-site VPN, what we want to do? We need to configure one static route from firewall, that if you have anything, give it to internet router. So here I will use here WAN. And what is the WAN IP? 1.1.2. This is 1.112, this one. This is site 1. I say give it to this guy, and OK. On the other firewall, I will say whatever you have, give it to 221. So here I will say static route, create new, and here I will choose WAN, and here I will say 2.2.2.1. anything, give it to this guy. Let me see, I configure this one correctly at 112, yeah, and this is 221, this router IP. Now before configuring firewall, do you think this router is reachable to PC1? No. Let's test them. From this router, let me ping this IP 192.168.2.1. Ping 192.168.2.1. No, I am not reachable, because it's not possible. There is no routing. No routing in the middle router. This is internet router. An internet router will never accept our private IPs to reach here. And neither they can put a route for us until you pay them. So if you pay them, so why then what is the advantages of VPN? This internet router only know 1.1 IP, and this side they only know 2.2 IP. But the communication is going from 192.168.1.1 to 192.168.2.1, which is not acceptable. It's not working. And even if you are not sure, let me from PC1 to web server access. It will not work. Let me open this, and web server IP is 192.168.2.11. It will not work. I'm sending the traffic here, and this traffic will be visible here. If I start a Wireshark, you will see that somebody is sending HTTP traffic, but private IPs is not allowed. There is no route to reach there. Why I'm showing you? Because now when we configure VPN, the things will be changed. So let me generate traffic again. Okay, still generating. You will see visible that who is going. It has to show me, yeah, it's showing a bit slowly. 192.168, because this traffic is not reaching here. It has to reach, by the way. Here it has to show 192. Let's see. Yeah, it's 112 is showing some ARP entry, but not the other one. But it says to show us, but it's not reachable because there is no route. Let me quit this one. Right now I don't need this one. Stop. So it's not reachable. Look at 2.11 is not reachable, this web server. Neither from here, neither from this side. Now let's configure site-to-site VPN between Fortigate 1 to Fortigate 2. How? Go to VPN here and site 1. I'm in site 1. Okay. This is overlay controller VPN, which I told you need to register in FortiCloud, which I told you we don't need to touch this one. Then the second one is IPSec tunnel. So there is nothing. When I click IPSec tunnel, it will take me to IPSec wizard. So either coming from here, either from here is the same thing. but here it will show you when it's created, it will show you here. But IPSec widget, it is a widget. I told you what is a widget. It's a template base. So either click on create new IPSec aggregate if you want to combine more than one VPN as a one. I will show you. When you create IPSec tunnel, it will take you here, either from here or direct here. Let me start from here. IPSec widget. Name them. So I will say site 1 to site 2. This I just give them the name, either S2, and make them more simple. S1 to S2, this is my name. They say what is template type. I told you what is template. Side to side, hub to spoke, and remote access are custom. Side to side means it's showing here. One side Fortigate Firewall, the other. Hub to spoke, one to more if you are connected more. So this is hub to spoke. Remote access if you are connected your client PC to your firewall, and custom if you want to customize them. But I say no, side to side. Right now I want to do this one. Then they say net configuration. Is there any netted devices? No, because you are direct connected through. If there is, so it will show you like this. This is the router now. I say this side behind net. Then they will apply net, net traverser, which I told you. If you say remote side, so then the router is on that side. But in our case, we don't have any netted devices. Done. Now they say remote device type is a Fortigate or Cisco. So it can be configured with any vendor router and firewall. Keep in mind. So I say Fortigate. So Fortigate to Fortigate. Side to side, okay? And click next. Now it's asking me dynamic DNS. If you don't know and the IPs are changing, then you can use dynamic DNS. It's a good option, by the way. If you have an environment like a home and small office, so small office they don't have static IP, then you can use dynamic DNS. Dynamic DNS, there is a DNS concept. I will tell you some other day, but it's possible. But in our case, we have a static IP. What is the remote IP? 2.2.2. This the WAN interface which I am reaching. This the 222. This the 222. Next IP. Now authentication method, I told you two type of authentication method: pre-share key and signature. We will use pre-share key. I will type 1 2 3 4 5 6. Done. Now click next. Now they say which IP you want to encrypt to send that side. So I say my LAN. So it's get automatically my LAN. This my LAN 192.168, in which they say where you want to send your traffic. So this is the opposite one. So this is my local LAN 192.168.1.0. So I say when this local LAN go to this local LAN remote, this one, do they say they want to access internet or not? Either share local, either you use remote, either none. So in this case they are not using any internet, these LAN. And this done and create. It was so simple. They created each and everything. Look at, they create a group for us, they create a remote address group, they create a phase 2, they create a static route for us, they create a black hole route which I told you, they'll create a local subnet for us, the IP, and also remote local policy, and everything they done it. How we know? Let's go to policy. Does we created policy before? No. There will be policy automatically. Look at two policies automatically there. From where? From LAN to VPN. And another policy is from VPN to LAN. Keep in mind, next time we will do this manually. So which policy they create? We will create this policy manually, which they created. LAN to VPN and VPN to LAN. Let's go to network. Static route. Oh, they created two route as well. S1 to S2 remote and S1 to S2 remote. Black hole. You know black hole, which I told you, to 254, the last one. So if in case the network is down on one side, they will be destroyed. And this they create a VPN tunnel, VPN route as well. So they create a policy, and let's go to object and policy and addresses. They created addresses for us as well. Look at, this is our local subnet 192.168.1, and this is the remote one 192.168, and look at SSL tunnel address as well. They created addresses for us. They created a policy, they created a route, they created a addresses, everything they done automatically, just in 3 clicks. Need to do on the other side. Admin. Now we need to do the same job on the other side of firewall. You will call security engineer. Look at, there is no route. Let me show you. There is no policy. Sorry, where is? There is no policy, nothing. After a while you will see each and everything. Nothing, only implicit deny. Now let's go to VPN on the other side. Click on IPSec visit. And this side I will say site 2 to site 1. Site to site, no netted devices, Fortigate, and next. Remote address is 1.1 public IP. Okay, and pre-share key we put there 1 2 3 4 5 6 should be similar. And click next. My local is this one, opposite, and the other one is 1, and create. Done. Everything local, remote, phase 2, static, black hole route, local remote policy, remote to local policy. They created everything for us. If we go to object and addresses, there will be addresses created automatically. This one they created. If we go to policy, they already created 2 policy for us. This visit, LAN to site and site to LAN, 2 policies been created. And if you go to network and route, you will see 2 route is also created. But before testing, I want to Wireshark here to show you the capture. And now we will generate traffic, and you will see it will be encrypted, and it will show the public IP, not our private IP. Communication will do the private IP and it will show public IPs. And also how to verify. So if we go to monitor, there is a IPSec monitor. Now if we check, so it's down arrow, because there is no traffic generated right now. So let me go to capture. Okay, and let me type Isaac cam. Just the first page, nothing is there. Now let's generate the traffic. Before it was not working. I hope so it will work now. Look at, and telnet when we trying, it was not working. Look at, it's working. But here look at quick mode. What is the other one? There are 6 packets, they missed them. Okay, let me see, like here, maybe they give them some other name. Okay, so from where it started, there are 6 packets, so it maybe we missed them. Yeah, they just started directly with quick mode, second mode. This is the phase 2 mode, which is encrypted, by the way. All the traffic will be encrypted. But before a quick mode, which is 3 packets, there are 6 packets. They exchange more information, which I missed for some reason. They start from phase 2 and there is no phase 1. They missed the phase 1. We need to clear. Now there is ESP. Look at who is going 1.1. I'm sending a clear text HTTP traffic, but here is showing me ESP. This is the last packet. Yeah, how many? 105. Now you will see more. If I refresh 105, now you will see 105, 10. Let me put them as a ESP only. Look at 1115. Yeah, let me generate traffic. 1115, now it's 128. And who is going? 11 is going to 22. It's not showing that basically 192.168 2.1 is going to 192.168 2.11. It's been encrypted by ESP, and ESP, you remember, IPSec is using encapsulating security payload to encrypt our traffic. Nothing is visible. Let me do a telnet. You know, we always say that telnet is not secure. Let me do a telnet from this side. So telnet to this telnet server 192, the other server 192.168 1.1, and password is 123. Do you think there will be telnet traffic? No, there is no such. This been converted by ESP, which is encrypted, and nobody can see anything. And encryption, I told you, a garbage data. This is the beauty of VPN. Now everything, even if it is in clear text, it's going in. Oh yes, telnet is encryption is starting from this point and ending on this point. If I capture a packet here, it will be telnet, and if I capture a packet, it will be telnet. Let me show you. Let me start capture here. Here it will show telnet, but in which go out from the interface, it will become ESP. So let's start this one, and let me generate telnet again. Exit. Let me show you. Let's start, and now let's do. You will see telnet. Look at 1 2 3. There is a telnet. Inside there is a telnet, but when we go out, there is no telnet. It's become SSH, ESP, and it's convert public IP is doing communication for us. Even we don't have a route, but these two have a route, because this is the prerequisite that public IP has to be reachable. So this public IP is reachable here, and they're hiding information and they're deceiving the internet router. Their 2 is going to 1 and this side they say this is 1 is going to 2, hiding the information. And how to verify? Now if you refresh, it will be green and up. This much data is gone to the other side, and now we can see. And from the other side, if you log in, you can see here as well. Go to monitor, and there is IPSec monitor. From here you can verify. Yeah, so it's green and up. Got it? So let me go through if I miss something for some reason. So we configure this one, okay, and then we management interfaces, we test them. So nothing was working before the test. Then we configure VPN from one side, okay, and we check them that they configure each and everything automatically. Then we monitor them, and then the other side we configure. From the other side we configure VPN, and what we done then when we start, so it's working, and Wireshark is showing ESP rather than the actual data, and it will show you 6 packet. If I capture here, yeah, I did not capture those 6 packet as well. So it's ESP, and this is the testing phase. That's it. So this was side to side VPN route base. Okay.